If right now your dating life is not where you want it to be, you're struggling, and you don't know what is happening, you don't know how to fix it, you don't know who to blame, then the answer is very simple. It is your fault, and you are the one to blame. I know, a bit harsh, right? And a lot of you might be pissed off that I'm saying this. You might click a dislike on the video. You might click away from the video. And you might think, no, dude, you don't understand me. I'm just too short. Or I'm not confident enough. I have too much of an anxiety. I'm an introvert and women don't like introverts. Or women in my city, in my country, they're too conservative. Or there's just not enough women in my city, in my country. So it is not my fault. You don't know my situation. My situation is special. So shame on you telling me that it's my fault. Well, look, let's have an authentic, no BS conversation with you and me right now. So first of all, if your dating life is not where you want it to be, let's talk about effort. How much effort have you put in so far to fix this? And if you watch this channel for a while, number one KPI you need to do is you need to be talking to at least 30 women per week. You need to be approaching at least 30 women per week in real life. Have you done this? Most of you watching, you just simply haven't done this. I just know this from experience. So if you haven't done this, who's the one to blame? And now, again, we're going to have a lot more justifications of why you haven't done this. You might say, well, I just don't have enough time. Dude, where have I enough time to approach 30 women per week? Well, look, it only takes 3 to 4 hours per week. So if you cannot find 3 to 4 hours per week to work on this, then is it important enough? Because if you cannot find the time, then it's not important. So if you haven't put this as a priority, who's the one to blame? No, it's important, but it's just in my city, there's not enough women. Really? Do you really think that in your city, there's not enough women that you can approach 30 women per week? I've coached many guys, both in Europe and in the US, who live in very small towns, and yet still, in the beginning, they thought that there's not enough people, and then they went at specific times in specific locations, and they found enough women. And if there's truly not enough women, you live in a village with 100 people, then you need to move. And if you haven't moved, who's the one to blame? No, dude, obviously there's enough women, and it's enough of a priority. I'm even going out, and I'm trying, but I still haven't been able to approach 30 women per week. Okay, so you're going out, but you haven't done this. Well, first of all, are you putting yourself in an adequate state to be social? What does that mean? What do you mean? Do you have your workout in? Do you have your goals written down while you're doing this? Are you meditating? Are you putting yourself in a positive state before you leave the house? No, not really. I haven't done that. Who's the one to blame? No. I'm actually doing that and I still can't approach. Okay, well, are you doing the warm-ups that I've highlighted in my other videos? All the different warm-up drills? Chances are you aren't. No, dude, I've done all this and I still cannot approach. You cannot understand me. I still cannot approach. I've done all the things you're telling me, but I still cannot approach. Okay, well, if you cannot do all this and you've tried, why haven't you sought help yet? Because honestly, in life, if you haven't done something and you cannot do something on your own, you usually seek help. So if you're not able to do this, but you're trying to do this, but you can't, and you haven't sought help, it's your fault. And then some of you might tell me, no, dude, like I've tried everything. I tried all the warm-up drills. I'm putting myself in the best state. I've gone out. I've even hired a coach, dude. I even hired a coach and it still didn't help me. I'm still in the same position. Okay, so when you hired a coach and you failed, do you think it was your problem or it was just bad coaching? If it was your problem, well, you know that it's your problem. But if it was bad coaching, well, how many coaches did you hire? Well, what do you mean? I just hired one and it didn't work. Okay, so you think that just because you hired one coach and it didn't work, now it's just like, well, I give up. It doesn't work. Do you know how many coaches I've hired in my life? I've had a lot of bad coaches, I've had a lot of good coaches, I've had a lot of great coaches, but if I gave up after hiring my first bad coach and it didn't work and I would just give up, then I wouldn't be here. So if you made a bad pick at coaches, it's your fault. You need to learn, why did you hire a bad coach? What made him a bad coach? And now the next time you're hiring someone else, now you have this learning experience and you can hire someone better. You can see we can have this conversation endlessly. But the thing is that at no point you give up and at no point you say, well, it's not my problem, because all these things are 100% in your control. Ultimately, everything is in your control. So again, if your dating life is not where you want it to be, you can either blame some external factor, you can put it on some external appearance problem or some location problem or some identity problem. But then if you blame someone else, you cannot fix it. Or you can take 100% ownership of all your problems, of all your dating problems. And as we kind of went through one by one, if you take ownership of all of that, you can fix it. So when I say that it's your fault, I don't say this to be mean. I say this to empower you to improve your dating life. Because honestly, this is one of the single biggest root causes for why men cannot improve their dating life. They always blame someone else and then they wonder why they cannot fix it. Well, you cannot fix it because that's the essential problem. You're blaming someone outside of your control, but the thing is that the problem is not outside of your control. The problem is you, my friend. And people just don't want to change. They don't want to change their behavior. It's very uncomfortable. So you need to decide, are you going to continue blaming someone else, some kind of ghost, and stay where you are, or are you going to take the uncomfortable decision to look in the mirror, to blame yourself, and because of it, change a behavior that you're doing? The choice is yours. And if you decide to take 100% ownership and improve some behaviors that you have in terms of your dating life, there's a bunch of resources down below in the description that can help you. I hope this video was helpful. On this channel, we have something that's called Wingman's Pact. And Wingman's Pact says that I'm happy to be a wingman and happy to make these videos for free, but all you need to do to abide by the Wingman's Pact is to subscribe to this channel so I can keep more of these videos coming. See you in the next video.